For 58 years, it was the home of the baseball franchise in Oakland, California. Now, for the last time, we bring you action from the Oakland Coliseum. The Texas Rangers battle the Oakland Athletics in our last game of the year. And by we, I mean the ULTRASPORT network. This is the final Thursday night baseball game of 2024 here on this channel, but it is also the last baseball game, the last Major League Baseball game anyways, ever that will be played at the Oakland Coliseum. There has been outrage and many other emotions in Oakland, but we bring you this last game between the Rangers and the A's. Marcus Semien leads off for Texas. We are underway. You may notice that our broadcast package looks a bit different tonight. If you look to the bottom right of your screen, we are using the local broadcast package used by the regional network in the Bay Area in Oakland to pay full tribute to this historic stadium as we air its final ever Major League Baseball game. Oakland A's getting set to move to Las Vegas, building a massive new stadium there, but for the next couple of years before that move takes place, A's will be playing at a minor league stadium in Sacramento, home of the River Cats. As this is strike three for Semien. Some say that the River Cats may be coming to the Coliseum, but as for Major League Baseball and the Oakland A's, this is it here tonight. So we thank you for joining us in what is a historic moment for Major League Baseball, for the city of Oakland, and for the ULTRASPORT network. And we are announcing that this game will be commercial-free. Uninterrupted coverage of the action in the last baseball game in the history of the Coliseum. Again, last Major League game, because Sacramento and all that, you never know. But we don't cover minor league baseball here on the channel, so this will be the last baseball game we cover here. And I believe we were here earlier in the year as well. The wait has been very, well, if you're an A's fan, you don't want it to end, I'll put it that way. But it ends today. Again, 58 years, 1966, this stadium broke ground, or this stadium opened, I should say, broke ground in 1964, I believe. Same year that England won its first and only World Cup in soccer. Josh H. Smith at the plate now for Texas. Count is 1-0 for him, 2 outs so far in this top of the first inning. Divisional rivalry matchup here between Texas and Oakland, and the A's hoping for a win in their final game here. This goes in the left field. Catch is going to be made as we go to the bottom of the first here at the Oakland Coliseum. Nathan Eovaldi starts on the mound for the Rangers. Again, uninterrupted coverage. We're just going to bring you the whole thing here. We may have some shots of certain areas in the Coliseum as we pay tribute to this iconic stadium. And if you want to hear a story from an A's fan, I'll get a bit personal here. That is the voice behind the ULTRASPORT network. I grew up in the Bay Area. I've been to many games here. I was at the Coliseum one last time in June when I visited San Francisco. This will be thrown to first for out number 1. I got some good footage there, so you'll see some of that as I restore the fourth wall as we take a look at the starting lineup for the A's. Rooker up next, followed by Blade and the catcher, Langeliers. I must say, they've got a better broadcast package than what we usually use. Brent Rooker currently at the plate for the A's.
Ball high.
First pitch goes high. The 1-0.
Ball.
That's outside for ball 2. And I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. This is the last baseball game we're covering for 2024 here on the ULTRASPORT network. We will not have any postseason coverage whatsoever. So this is it for us here in Oakland as well for the end of the year anyways. We will announce the 2025 schedule at some point here. Haven't worked everything out yet, but we will make the announcement at some point before opening days. This goes deep into center field. Catch is going to be made for out number 2. If we're being honest, you're probably not going to hear much play-by-play in this game. This whole broadcast more of a tribute to the Oakland Coliseum, this iconic venue. A lot of people have differing opinions on it, but you can't deny that it was a part of baseball history for 58 years, part of NFL history as well. Oakland Raiders played here for many a year until their move to Las Vegas in recent years. They now play at Allegiant Stadium. Blade fouls this off on the 0-2. And Eovaldi looking for the strikeout here.
That's the ball.
Called a ball.
That's the ball.
That goes high, 96 miles per hour. And the 2-2. Fouled away. Oakland A's wearing old school uniforms tonight as well. We'll get into that later as he swings and misses here for out number 3. We go to the top of the second.
The right fielder,
Adolis Garcia now at the plate for the Texas Rangers, leading off the top of the second. Cleanup batter, was a big player in the 2023 postseason as the Texas Rangers would go on to win the World Series. This is going to go into left field. Catch will be made off the first pitch, and what an ovation from this sold-out Oakland Coliseum. Beautiful day for a baseball game as we say farewell to this iconic venue that has stood for 58 years as the home of Oakland's MLB franchise. And this, the very last game we have the fortune of covering. This is going to go all the way to the wall. How far is he going to get? Up to second base. Double for Nathaniel Lowe. 94 mile per hour exit velocity on that one as the Texas Rangers applaud from the dugout. The rest of the Texas Rangers, I should say. I mentioned the uniforms that the Oakland A's are wearing as Travis Jankowski comes in as a pinch runner. I believe they are wearing the 1975 home uniforms. A's were big. They were a big team in the 70s. Won the World Series 3 years in a row. 1972, 1973, 1974. And in this Coliseum, there are still tributes to that feat. The World Series three-peat pulled off by this Bay Area squadron. Ross Stripling and Grant Holman, both right-handed pitchers in the bullpen for the Athletics at the moment. Here's the 0-2. That goes low and a bit inside as well. And on the 1-2 now.
Nope, that's it.
Runner on second, remember. Jankowski came in as a pinch runner. Here's the 2-2 to Young.
That's the ball.
3-2, Jonah Heim on deck for Texas. Where there is a runner on base, there's an opportunity for a double play, however. Always something to think about as this goes into right field. Catch is going to be made. Is he going to go for 3? No, he isn't. Good move there by Jankowski. Well, he maybe would have made it anyways. Jonah Heim now with the plate for Texas. 2 out, 1 on here in the top of the second in the final ever game at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Swing and a miss for strike 1. All the Oakland sports teams migrating now.
Nope.
As we're going to see the throw. Is he safe? Yes, he is. And you hear the boos from all around the Coliseum as Jankowski is able to steal third. Here's the replay. Easy slide, I think, before the ball even hit his glove. And a base hit would put Texas in the lead. Heim swings and misses there, however. And J.P. Sears with a chance to be a hero if he gets this strikeout. That's going to go outside. A's fans certainly wanting to go out on a high, wanting this to be a winning game. As this is swung on and missed, we go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless in Oakland.
Number 56,
Justin Foscue now on first for Texas as Shea Langeliers comes up, the catcher for the Oakland A's. Bottom of the second, still scoreless here in the final game at the Oakland Coliseum and the last ULTRASPORT MLB game for 2024. This is swung on and missed 0-2, and we want to say thank you to all those that tuned in our Major League Baseball coverage. We actually started July 4th as the Boston Red Sox took on the New York Yankees, but we started the weekly schedule after the All-Star game, covered that on July 14th, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays was shortened to just Thursdays to make way for the National Football League. And now we bring you the final game of 2024, but we are certain that this will not be the final MLB game on ULTRASPORT. We're just getting started. You know, this network just started off in March, and we especially want to say thank you to all those that tuned in to our broadcast of the grand final of the Australian Football League between Sydney and Brisbane. Baseball fans will have no idea what I'm talking about, but that is now the most viewed broadcast video, whatever you want to call it, here on the channel, with over 4,000 views as of now. Really hit the algorithm hard on that one. So again, thank you. AFL has been doing numbers for us all year. Ironically, as I mentioned in the comment section, the one sport where I don't do play-by-play. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyways, with 2 outs here, and still scoreless, you begin to ask the question, are we heading to extras? And A's fans here certainly won't mind that. They'd go till midnight, if possible, to just not have to say goodbye to this Coliseum. Story coming out yesterday that some of them were stealing parts of the chairs or something like that, parts of the seats. This is the end, right? This is the last game, so wanted to take some relic home with them as we see this swung on and missed. We go to the top of the third. Still scoreless between Texas and Oakland.
Leading off for Texas, the designated hitter,
Ezekiel Duran at the plate now for Texas as we enter the third inning. If you're unfamiliar with ULTRASPORT baseball, we only play 3 regulation innings, although we may go 4 or more from the looks of it right here, unless there's something from the Rangers or a huge walk-off win in regulation for Oakland, and that would be something really special. The last baseball, Major League Baseball moment in the history of the Oakland Coliseum, a walk-off win for the A's. I think even if you're a Rangers fan, you're hoping to see something like that, as this icon of baseball history hosts its final MLB game. Leody Taveras at the plate for Texas. As I was saying earlier, all the Oakland teams have sort of migrated out of there. Golden State Warriors now playing in downtown San Francisco at the Chase Center. I mentioned earlier the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly the Oakland Raiders, played here at the Coliseum until the move to Vegas, and Allegiant Stadium there playing host. New purpose-built stadium which hosted the Super Bowl this year. And now the A's leaving Oakland for Las Vegas. A lot of baseball history has been written here, but this is the final chapter. These are the final few words. 3-2 full count for Leody Taveras, and he will connect here into right field. Catch is going to be made for out number 2, and that takes us back to the top of the batting order. Marcus Semien struck out in the first inning. We've seen a lot of strikeouts here this evening, and I haven't been paying much attention to the actual game because I've just been talking about, the history of Oakland sports and everything. And oh, he missed it. He missed the catch. And this is going to be a chance for Texas, as it is a double for Marcus Semien. 2 outs here in the top of the third. A's were in a similar situation earlier, which led to a stolen base as well. Wyatt Langford now at the plate for Texas. Connects here. And easy out. We go to the bottom of the third. Oakland A's hoping for a big walk-off moment to close things out here at the Coliseum. Zach Goloff will lead us off here in the bottom of the third for Oakland. And that big question remains. We're still scoreless. Are we going to end up in extras? It is the bottom of the third. Again, if you're unfamiliar with ULTRASPORT baseball, we've got 3 regulation innings. 4th would be extras, which means the extra runner on second base as well. New rule introduced a few years ago to sort of speed things up, although A's fans here would certainly not want this day to be sped up. Last time for the Coliseum. Oh, bat breaks here, and it's going to be a close one. Throw is made, and he's out. Close call as Eovaldi throws to Foscue at first. We're going to see the replay here, to an extent anyways. His bat breaks, ball doesn't go very far, takes off running, but the throw is made before he can touch the bag. Max Schumann now at the plate for Oakland. We're 2 outs away from extras, and now it's going to be 1. But I'm sure that's going to delight the fans here because they get one more inning at the Coliseum. This historic place hosting its last MLB game here this evening. And everyone in here, they walk out through that gate. Most, if not all of them, will be doing that for the last time, unless what we hear about the Sacramento River Cats in 2025 is true. Regardless, this is the end for the Coliseum and Major League Baseball. And what a history it has been. Wilson fouls this off the end of the bat. Eovaldi looks for strike 3. He's been on the mound the whole game.
No, ball.
Counts as 2-2.
Ball.
And that is ball 3. Lawrence Butler on deck for the A's. Will be at the top of the batting order. A's will be at the top of the batting order should this go into extras. 3-2 to Wilson with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. He connects and it goes foul again. And the full count once more. Again into foul territory. Three-two. Yet again, he swings and misses there, and we are going to extras. Top of the fourth coming up next between Texas and Oakland here on the ULTRASPORT Network.
Number 36.
Ross Stripling brought in as a closer here for Oakland. And all the A's fans here have certainly rejoiced. We're in extras. That means they get one more inning here at the Coliseum in the last Major League Baseball game that will be hosted by this venue. And what an honor it is to cover this historic moment here on ULTRASPORT. 58 years. They started playing baseball here, as I understand it, in 1966. And A's fans, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I looked it up. So 58 years of history. You know, if you think about what's happened between 1966 and now, it is a lot.
1-2.
So, 58 years, but it is the end for this Coliseum. Smith swings at a high one. Adolis Garcia up next for Texas. And there are still a few more Major League Baseball games remaining, but for the A's, this is the final home game.
Ball, that's down.
Here against Texas. Langford, second base runner there. Again, that extra innings rule, you get a runner on second to start every inning of extras. Introduced a few years ago by MLB and I believe the wider WBSC, which is World Baseball Softball Commission, Confederation. I actually don't know what the C stands for, but it's one of those committee-style words. Fouled away. So WBSC, I believe, introducing that as a wider thing, as well as Major League Baseball, that the
That's the ball.
extra second runner starts out with each inning of extras. The 2-2. Fouled away to keep the count where it is. 2-2 once again. Connects here and into right field. Catch is going to be made. Out number 2. And the throw, but he's fine. Langford not choosing to run there. And depending on what happens here in the bottom of the fourth, we could see the final. This could be the final batter to face the Oakland A's defense at the Oakland Coliseum. Justin Foscue, who came in after we saw a pinch runner situation earlier. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And Ross Stripling, can you imagine this? The final A's strikeout at the Coliseum. Will it be with this pitch? That goes high. I'm just waiting for, it to go into the strike zone and scream, yes it will. But we'll see how this plays out. That goes low as well. And the count is 2-2. Got him! We go to the bottom of the 4th. A's hoping for a walk-off to close out their time at the Coliseum. All you need is a double. And you will have a moment that will be remembered for generations. Lawrence Butler, the leadoff in the batting order, and the leadoff for this inning now at the plate. Wilson on second. Just a double. Connects here, but it's going to go foul. And we could be in the final half inning in the history of the Oakland Coliseum. Swing and a miss here by Butler.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Although these A's fans probably hoping this goes as long as possible. Butler's going to connect here, however. It bounces in the outfield, and that is going to be the game. A's win in their final game of the Coliseum. Extra inning walk-off as we say goodbye and good night. So much history here in Oakland coming to an end, and our coverage of Major League Baseball for 2024 coming to an end as well. We thank you for tuning in all these weeks. On behalf of myself and the whole network, once again, goodbye and good night.